Hello, friends. I hope you were all doing well. Well, my spouse and I invited a couple of friends to join us for drinks and nibbles in the garden later this afternoon. But as often happens when we have scheduled something outdoors, the heavens have opened, the rain is falling, the wind has kicked up, and now we are under a tornado watch. So we are going to move this party indoors. Here's the appetizer menu. We're doing cantaloupe and prosciutto skewers. We're doing a sheet pan quesadilla, retro cocktail meatballs with chili sauce and grape jelly, charcuterie, and for the signature cocktail, we're doing strawberry mojitos. I'm going to make a whole pitcher of that mojito mix. And the first thing we're going to do is the cantaloupe skewers. I will tell you, if you are suffering drought conditions in your area, just schedule an outdoor party. Make sure you invite more people than can possibly fit in your house. Trust me, the rain will come. Now, to tell if a cantaloupe is ripe or not, you simply press in on the blossom end of the melon, and if it has any give, the melon is ripe. This is beautiful. I like to use an ice cream scoop to remove the seeds. Now, I just use a melon baller to make the melon balls. I saw someone else make these skewers a couple of years ago, and it has now become one of my signature cocktail appetizers during the warm weather months. Any remaining cantaloupe will be delicious for snacking. These can go in the refrigerator after I cover the bowl. So I do a cantaloupe ball first on the skewer, then I do a mozzarella ball, then a basil leaf, and you can fold up the basil. Prosciutto, which you can also fold up, and another cantaloupe ball. And you have a very pretty little appetizer. My friends adored this melon and prosciutto appetizer. It looked beautiful on a white platter, and it was absolutely refreshing to eat. Now, I know that some people like to drizzle balsamic vinegar over the skewers, and I've done that, but I found that the balsamic, well, it's a balsamic glaze. It just was really messy to eat the skewers with that glaze on it. Now I'm going to make one of these skewers just for me. Bon appetit. These are always so refreshingly delicious. Going to cover this with cling film and then pop it into the refrigerator, and we have one appetizer done. Going to get cleaned up before we move on to the next appetizer. Next up is the sheet pan quesadilla, which I'm going to fill with refried beans. This is the vegetarian version of refried beans, cheddar cheese, and some veggies. So earlier today, I finely diced a green bell pepper, red and yellow bell pepper, and a purple onion. And I just need to saute these briefly. Little olive oil. A sheet pan quesadilla is a great way to make hearty appetizer for a crowd. So I have my burrito-sized tortillas here, and I'm arranging them half on and half off the baking tray. Of course, there will be an opening in the middle, and you simply place another tortilla there. And here's my vegetarian version of refried beans. And I can use an offset spatula to spread out the beans. Just to give these beans a little oomph, I'm going to sprinkle them with cumin and chili powder. And since we're at it, I might as well add some garlic powder too. Now I'm going to add some cheese. You could use a Mexican cheese blend here if you like. I'm using shredded cheddar cheese. Just a fairly thin layer of cheese, because I'm going to add more after I add the veggies. And you could, of course, fill this quesadilla with anything you like. You could use chicken, or ground sausage, or beef, or even vegan, what do they call it? Vegan crumbles. And you could use vegan cheese. Here come the veggies. I'm going to try to scatter evenly all over the cheese. This looks very pretty. It's too bad we have to cover it up. More cheese. Now I'm just making up the formula for this sheet pan quesadilla. There's no actual recipe for it, but I can link another recipe for sheet pan quesadillas in the description below. And then you can just have fun creating your own. And I have an open space here. Actually, I should have done this. Let's put this tortilla in the center. So I used a total of 8 tortillas. And again, these are burrito size. And to encourage the top to crisp, I'm going to spritz it with some avocado oil spray. And then I need to find another baking tray. This baking tray is clean. It just looks gross. I'm going to put it on top to weigh down the quesadilla. And then I will bake this off shortly before serving time. Right now, I'm going to pop it into the refrigerator. Another quick cleanup, and then we will come back and make the meatballs. Well, I have just turned the air conditioner on because it is starting to feel like the tropics in this house. It's really humid outside. So next we are doing cocktail meatballs in a grape jelly and chili sauce. This is a really old recipe. I think it goes back to the 1960s. And I'm going to be using store-bought ingredients because that's what the original recipe called for. So I have frozen, already cooked meatballs here. I have chili sauce, Concord grape jelly, and if I don't have enough chili sauce, I'm going to add some barbecue sauce. And if you like vintage recipes, be sure to check out a YouTube channel called Cooking the Books. My YouTube colleague Anna makes all kinds of quirky and some downright delicious recipes from really old cookbooks. And I can put a link to her channel in the description box below. Now, you can do these meatballs right on the stovetop, or You could use a crock pot or really any slow cooker. I'm going to use the slow cooker feature on my Instant Pot, which I have never used before. I mean, I've used the Instant Pot for pressure cooking, but not for slow cooking. We don't need the rack. Now, where's the slow cooker? Slow cooker, slow cook. I need my chili sauce. I needed 18 ounces of the chili sauce. My bottle is only 12 ounces, so I'm going to make up the difference with barbecue sauce. Then I need a whole honking jar. This is 18 ounces of Concord grape jelly. Lizette and I were talking about when September rolls around and Concord grapes are available, that we should make our own grape jelly. My grandmother used to do that. She had Concord grapes on a little arbor in her backyard. Let me know if you'd like to see that recipe. I'm going to give this a quick stir. Add the meatballs. This is a 26-ounce bag. And again, these are frozen, already cooked meatballs. Another stir just to coat the meatballs. These cocktail meatballs in their savory sweet sauce were a huge hit. I will make them again and again. I can link the recipe in the description box below. Lizette just said, "Oh, that smells good." And it does, believe me. Now, you know that I have made my own meatballs many, many, many times in many different videos. Today, I just wanted to try the shortcut route. On with the lid. We're going to let this slow cook for 2 hours, and then we will check it. Meantime, I will clean up here, and then we can make a signature cocktail, a seasonal signature cocktail. So the cocktail du jour is going to be a hybrid. So it will be somewhat between a strawberry mojito and a strawberry daiquiri, and it will be minty. I'm going to let my immersion blender do some work here. The strawberry cocktail received rave reviews. I can't imagine a more refreshing drink for a summertime party. A shot of white rum or vodka or just a splash of seltzer is all it needs. This is simple syrup that I made off camera. It's just equal parts sugar and water that you boil together. Try that much. And I want some mint. This is mint from my garden. Yeah, I don't think you can mess up this flavor profile. I almost forgot. I need lime juice. I love the combination of strawberry and mint. Actually, I should do this first. Loosen up the juice. Add the juice. There's no actual recipe for this. I'm just measuring with my heart. All of my strawberry hulls and my lime remains will go in my compost. Mix this up quickly. Done. Yeah. Little taste. Oh my, this is super, super refreshing. I want Lizette to have a taste. Have at it. Isn't that something?
Oh my, yes.
It's really good. You cannot go wrong with this flavor profile. I'm going to add white rum to this, but if you wanted to make your drink a mocktail, you could simply add seltzer. Now I need my pitcher. Look at this, just beautiful. And I think maybe I will offer the rum separately, but I need to put this into the refrigerator so it is nice and cold by the time my guests arrive. It is 1:38. My guests are not coming until 4:30 or 5, so I'm going to go practice piano, and then when I come back, we will assemble the charcuterie. So my oven is preheating for the sheet pan quesadilla. And while we wait for it to reach the proper temperature, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my toppings for the quesadilla. So I have sour cream here. Stir this up a little. I wish I had Mexican crema, but I don't. Sour cream will have to do. And then I have some pico de gallo, which can go in this little container here. And I'm planning to cut up the sheet pan quesadilla and serve it on this round board. So we can set you over here until we need you. I can also open up my cracker boxes for the charcuterie that I will be assembling shortly. I don't want to do it too early. These are crackers I buy at Aldi. This. And they are super delicious crackers at a super low price. I also have some gluten-free Mary's Gone crackers. These are very good. We can just have these ready. So my oven has preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to bake the sheet pan quesadilla with the other baking tray on top for 20 minutes. Then I will remove the top tray and continue baking for 5 more minutes just to crisp up the top of the quesadilla. I just tasted one of the meatballs, the cocktail meatballs, and oh my goodness, super delicious. And I do not want to serve the meatballs in the Instant Pot, so I'm going to transfer them to a copper pot, and then I can keep the meatballs warm. How hot is this? It's hot. I can keep the meatballs warm in the copper pot in a 200 degree Fahrenheit oven. I want to try another one of these for you. I'm going to offer these little wooden forks so people can skewer their meatballs. And I want Lizette to try this one. They're hot.
Oh my God.
Yummy?
Yes. Oh,
You love?
I love.
Yeah. I think these could be downright addicting. So I'm going to cover the pot and pop these into the lower oven just to keep them warm. And on to the very simple charcuterie. And for this, I need Gouda. I'm going to cut this Gouda, at least partially, just to get it started. I found that if the cheese hasn't been cut into, people are very hesitant to be the first to slice. And then I have some good brie here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I should do it over here so I don't mess up my board. I'm going to cut a few wedges. And since it's strawberry season, I'm going to top this brie with a bit of the strawberry jam that you and I made together from local strawberries. Then I have some pâté grand mère. It's pork and chicken liver pâté with Armagnac brandy and port wine. I've had this before. It's very good. It's so good that one time I put this pâté on a charcuterie board and I foolishly left it in the kitchen for a moment. And when I came back to bring the board into another room, I noticed something was missing. It was the pâté. Thank you, Avery. Avery is my dog. You can put the pâté right here. And then I have some uncured Genoa salami. So this little cocktail party could very well count as dinner. Well, it will definitely count as dinner for me. My friend Dan Fennell makes wooden cutting boards and round charcuterie boards like this one at reasonable prices. I can link his website in the description below if you are interested. And I always add little bunches of grapes to my charcuterie. And I think our charcuterie is complete. This looks just beautiful. Boy, it's hot. I'm going to let this cool for about 5 minutes, and then I can cut into it and arrange it on this platter. I decided to garnish the cocktail meatballs with some of the onion tops that you and I harvested in the previous video. Chopped chives or parsley would work as well here for a garnish. Well, my spouse is on his way down, and my friends just texted. They are 5 minutes away. So before we start this party, I just wanted to thank you for being here with me today as we made all of these beautiful and frankly, very, very easy appetizers. I think a drinks and nibbles party is actually much more fun than hosting a dinner party. You can let me know your own thoughts on the subject in the description below. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I can't wait to see you next time. Maybe the weather will clear up and we will be able to play outside again. Bye for now, friends.